This is the Intel Home Goods silicone ice cube maker tray. I've got this filled with water. I wanted to demonstrate a couple things about this that I've noticed. But this is a pretty good quality silicone tray here. Uh, for me, I've always been familiar with using the standard plastic trays that work okay, but for me, they tend to over time tend to crack and break apart and sometimes make a mess. So this is, a silicone version of this tray is a pretty new thing for me. The quality of the tray is good, um, and it works fine for making ice cubes here, as I've tried this already with these. But a couple of things that I've noticed about this is one, as opposed to the plastic trays, you do kind of have to be careful when you press up against it because you can. And I try not to do this too much here, but you can, like when you're putting it in the freezer, or if you're pushing something up against it, or you push this against something, of course it's not as structurally sound, and you can spill out water out of the tray. Um, but for handling purposes, it is pretty strong. But the one thing I don't like too much is the handles on the edge. As you can see, I can pick this up and it doesn't bend. But there's not a lot of like room for my fingers to pick these up on the edge. And I kind of wish that the edges here all the way around were a bit wider for easier handling, especially when it comes to like, filling them with water like this and carrying them to the fridge with freezer. With handling after it's been frozen, it's not that big a deal, but it's kind of difficult. I mean, you could kind of cradle it underneath, I guess, but that's still not as quite as easy as if it would have a wider edge around. Maybe double this size around, just so for easier picking up purposes. I would prefer. Popping out the ice cubes, though, is fairly easy. It's probably easier than the plastic version. And the tray, is easy to clean up. You could throw it in the dishwasher like all silicone type of trays. It's pretty easy to do and deal with and clean up. And overall, I mean, I think this is a good quality product. I mean, I do, have those couple small issues with this, and I rate this 4 stars.